Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday afternoon. It is time for your Sunday single malt. Glad you're here to have a dram with me. Last week we had the Bunnahabhain 12, which was underwhelming for me. But this time I'm going to go same region, the Kilchoman Sanaig. Same region, but wildly different in flavor. So let me tell you a little bit about this one. So the Kilchoman distillery is on the west coast of Islay. So we're still talking Scotch, still talking the same region of Islay, but it's on the west coast. This is a non-age statement whiskey, 46% ABV. All right, so we know it has to be at least 3 years old because that is whiskey law, that's Scotch whiskey law. But we don't know exactly how old it is. They do say that they finished this in ex-bourbon barrels, which again is very common for Scotch. This particular one, I believe that Kilchoman uses Buffalo Trace, ex-Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels. And then they also finish it in Oloroso sherry butts. That is not a joke. That is what they're called, if you're new to this sort of thing. So Oloroso is a sweet sherry, but it's not quite as sweet as you can go, but it is on the sweeter side. And you can tell by the color. Well, let me pour it and you'll see. You can tell by the color. This is quite dark. I believe this is a lot darker than the well, I can't think today. It's a lot darker than the one from last week. Just as soon as I pour it, the smell is so much more potent than the last one, last week as well. Yeah, let's just get into it. Like I said, beautiful color. I mean, it just jumps out of the glass. I mean, this is incredible. Like, you can see the oil, or at least I can see the oil sort of clinging to the glass. Oh, so good. It's so good. You definitely get the sherry on the nose. You know, you're getting a lot of the sweetness and the fruits and the berries, but kind of sneaking around in there is the peat. This is the reason I love this whiskey so much. Is it's not just a sherry whiskey where they finished it in sherry casks. It's also peated, which is very common in this region of Scotland, right? We think of Islay Scotches and you think of peat, smokiness. It doesn't smell as smoky as some whiskeys, but oh, it's in there. And I am all about it. Oh, it's world of difference than the one from last week. It's so smooth. It's like, it goes down like velvet, you know? Oh, there's, of course, the gentle warming. Man, it's just amazing. There's, you can absolutely get the barrel notes in this from the ex-bourbon barrels. You're getting the vanilla, the baking spices, like clove. One thing I was going to tell you last week I didn't think about this week is sometimes after you take your first sip, it coats the top of the glass. This is going to sound weird. I've never seen anyone else do this, but if you smell just the edge of the glass, yeah, see, I'm getting chocolate. I'm getting different smell in the nose when I do that than anything else. I'm getting chocolate, I'm getting vanilla, orange, sweetness. And you can also get that by putting a little dab on your hands, warming it up, and then smelling it. But for some reason, for me, it works better just smelling it after this first sip on the side of the glass. There's no bad aftertaste on the finish. It's just a beautiful whiskey. This is one of my favorite whiskeys at the moment. It's part of their core line, which is great because it means that hopefully it's going to be around. And yeah, I don't know what it's going for right now, but if you're looking for something, it's got both the sherry and the smoke, and it's just wonderful. So do yourself a favor and try this one if you can. Thanks for joining me for today's Dram, and I will be back next week for a different whiskey. And I'll see you again real soon. Sláinte.